Hey guys, hello. All right, I wanted to do a little quick video for you because I know we have this group is kind of ranged. We have some new challengers, we have some veteran ones, but I wanted to, I thought I had some on my shirt. I wanted to pop in and just give you a couple minutes of insight on Shakeology. And so some of you have had it before, some of you have not, some of you got it in your packages, some of you have not, but I wanted to share just a few tips on making it, but then also a few tips about the benefits of Shakeology. So I just made mine, so I will wait a few minutes, but I want to tell you, first and foremost, first time I ever had Shakeology, my first one ever, I absolutely hated it. I took a few drinks, tried to chug as much as I could. My husband Kevin had to finish it. I hated it, absolutely hated it. I had vanilla, regular vanilla. I mixed it with warm water, a couple ice cubes, and I just shook it. Like the thought of it actually now still makes me like, but I looked at this bag and I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I going to do with this bag of vanilla that I just invested, what felt like an arm and a leg? What am I going to do? And here's where I see a lot of people. They have the same thing. They make their first shake and they're like, oh, because it is, if you look on the back, it's full of superfoods. It's full of vitamins and nutrients and fiber. And so it is not necessarily going to taste the best when you just shake it with water and swallow it. Just being honest. Because of the superfoods, because of the fiber, it has a different texture. But here's what I did, is I had that bag and I thought, well, I'm not going to waste my money. And I see a lot of people do that. They have one and they're like, well, okay. And then they never have it and they waste their money. Okay. I don't want that to be you. So what I did was I tried different ways. I reached out to my coach. I let her know like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. What should I do? She gave me some tips on how to make it different. I found some recipes and I just kept playing around with it. And also I took a step back and I said, okay, I've never had these ingredients before. This is all new to my body. My body's not used to all of these phytonutrients and probiotics and all of these things. So maybe I just need to give myself time to adapt. And so I came at it with two different perspectives. One, I was determined to not waste my money because my husband told me I wasted my money. So I wanted to prove him wrong, one. And two, I was determined to change my health and the way that I felt. And I knew after looking at what is in Shakeology that was going to do that for me. So I want to encourage you to also change your attitude about it a little bit as well too. Okay, so what I did and what I found so that was, I'm trying to think. That will be 5 years. 5 years ago in May. So in a couple weeks, it'll be my 5-year anniversary with Shakeology, with Beachbody, with everything. And so I had to find something that worked for me. So I think I got vanilla 2 more times. I ordered a strawberry. And then I discovered chocolate and my life changed forever. But no matter what flavor. And now I kind of go between, I do have vanilla, I do have chocolate, I do have strawberry, tropical strawberry. Those are my 3 that I kind of move around between. But what I found was I got to a point where I can drink chocolate with just water and it's fine. It's fine with me. But it took me a while to for my taste buds to adjust. But what I found is that blending with ice, frozen bananas, frozen fruit, it changes the texture. Okay. It makes it a little bit thicker, makes it a little bit smoother. A banana really does change the texture. So if you're struggling with the texture, try ice and try banana. Another thing is sometimes a little bit of almond milk or whatever and water together. I will sometimes do a half and half combination. Here's my other trick for you. If you're not enjoying the texture of it, one thing is if you find fat-free, sugar-free pudding mix, cheesecake, vanilla, whatever, and you mix that with your Shakeology and you have a little bit of milk in there, it thickens it up. Okay, there's a little tip for you. So I almost always will just do 1 scoop of sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix just to kind of thicken it up and give a little bit of texture to it. So those are some tips to try and change up the texture if that's what's the problem that you're having, okay? Also, try a different flavor. I love tropical strawberry. That's the vegan one. I love the tropical strawberry to like blend with frozen blueberries or frozen fruit or whatever. Chocolate, I love to do frozen banana and peanut butter. And what I do, you guys, is I just cut my banana in half, stick it in 2 baggies, throw it in the freezer and freeze it. It's the cheapest thing. Always do ice cubes. I do coffee every once in a while, like chilled coffee, but that's just when I have it on hand. But frozen banana in with my chocolate, put a little bit of peanut butter. Vanilla, I like to use vanilla to make my superfood balls, but also same thing, like frozen fruit, peanut butter, and vice versa. So some of the things though, the reason with Shakeology, why I want to encourage you to use your full bag, it breaks my heart and when people invest in the program, the challenge pack, get the Shakeology, and then don't utilize it. You guys, I literally have it every single morning. And if I don't, my nutrition the rest of the day is crap. It just is because my body has from 5 years, and it took me longer than that. So I would say like the last 2 years for sure. My body has really adapted to having Shakeology as my first meal. And my body got used to having all those nutrients, having the vitamins, the minerals, the superfoods, the fiber, all of that in there to have the rest of my body function throughout the day. And I know that might not make sense if you haven't done that yet, but what I started out doing with Shakeology was my snack. It used to be my afternoon snack every day. I got done it was like my treat. As soon as the bell rang and the kids left my room, I'd grab my Shakeology. I already had it mixed, or I would mix it quickly, and that became my afternoon snack. That was the hardest meal for me at that time, was in between, because all I wanted to do is after that, I wanted a Diet Coke and I wanted a candy bar. Like my brain was shut down after a day of teaching. That was my hardest meal. So think about that in terms of what meal do you struggle with the most? And like I said, for me, it was that gap for snacks. Then I started, when I didn't have a commute, when I was more like I worked in the town that I lived in, I got used to having it as my breakfast. And then from there, it just kept evolving. And now I have it between 9 and 10 in the morning, and that's my first meal of the day, is my Shakeology. If I don't have it, I'm not kidding you guys. Like, I just tend to go more for the carbs. My body it can tell it doesn't have those nutrients. And so it kind of starts that craving effect, that feeling of let me eat whatever I can, whatever's in sight type of thing. My body's used to having all that fiber to help my digestive system. The fullness, like staying full until my next meal, like all of that, my body's adapted to that. But it wasn't because I had it on Monday and then Tuesday I'm like, boom, my body's set, we're good to go. No, it took month after month after month to formulate that system, all right? And in terms of the cost of it, I'm replacing breakfast. I'm replacing a meal. I'm replacing the coffee and granola bar I used to have, which, yeah, the Shakeology is probably $1 more than the granola bar and the coffee that I had. But holy freaking moly, it is full of way more goodness than that coffee and granola bar had, right? So I just want to encourage you. You already made the investment. Change your mindset from, oh, I made this investment like crap. Change your mindset. Prove it to yourself that you didn't waste your money. Prove to yourself that you can make a nutritional change in your body, and commit to like having every single scoop. Commit to having it 7 days a week and see what happens to you. It is just like your fitness. You're not going to be able to show up on Monday and not do anything else till Friday and have abs. It's not working like that. You've got to show up every single day and do that little part. Last thing I want to leave you with, if you're feeling serious digestive issues because your body's not used to all this fiber and all the phytonutrients, everything in your body's like, what is going on? Having stomach cramps, a lot like diarrhea, things like that, pull it back to half a scoop, all right? Scale it back, half a scoop, allow your body to adjust, and then when that feels better, then go up to 3/4 of a scoop and then a whole scoop. Okay? All right, I hope that helps. If you're having any issues finding some flavors, reach out. The Beachbody blog and all those things from BOD has tons of recipes and options, but try the pudding and the milk if you want it to be a little bit thicker.